The dark psychology of family dynamics affects you in ways you do not consciously see. And before we dive deep, you need to understand something important. You are not simply the result of your choices. You are the result of the invisible psychological programming your family installed in you long before you were old enough to understand what was happening. This video exposes how your family shaped your self-image, your ability to love, your fears, your emotional triggers, your financial habits, your relationships, and even the way you talk to yourself. This is the part of psychology most people spend a lifetime avoiding because it forces you to confront a truth that is hard to swallow. Your childhood still controls you, even if you think it doesn't. And once you see how deep this psychological wiring goes, you can never unsee it. Your family didn't just raise you, they programmed you. Every family has a hidden psychological ecosystem, a structure of roles, expectations, unspoken rules, and emotional traps that shape your behavior from the very first years of life. Some families do this intentionally, most do it unconsciously, but the effect is the same. You learn what emotions you're allowed to show, what type of love you must earn, what kind of child you're expected to be, what behaviors keep you safe, which parts of you must remain hidden. This becomes your default operating system. If your parents fought constantly, you learned hypervigilance. If your feelings were ignored, you learned emotional suppression. If you were compared to siblings, you learned inadequacy. If approval was conditional, you learned perfectionism. If love felt unpredictable, you learned codependency. And these lessons didn't disappear when you grew up. They simply became your normal. Your childhood scripts become your adult behaviors. Psychologists call these subconscious programs skimmers, mental frameworks that shape how you interpret the world. Here are some of the strongest ones formed inside dysfunctional family dynamics. 1. The fear of disappointment schema. You were raised to believe your value depends on avoiding mistakes. So now you're terrified of failure, criticism, and disapproval, especially from people you care about. 2. The self-sacrifice schema. You learned that your needs don't matter. So as an adult, you attract takers, manipulators, and emotionally needy partners. 3. The abandonment schema. If love was inconsistent, you became terrified of being left, leading to clinginess or pushing people away to avoid getting hurt. 4. The emotional invalidation schema. Your feelings weren't taken seriously. So now you doubt your emotions, your intuition, and even your memory. 5. The worthlessness schema. Criticism, comparisons, or emotional distance taught you that something was wrong with you, and today no amount of success feels like enough. Family roles, the psychological cast you were forced to play. Dysfunctional families operate like theaters. Every child gets assigned a role, and once it's given, it sticks for life. These roles include the hero, the responsible one who must be perfect; the scapegoat, the one blamed for everything; the golden child, idealized and overvalued; The lost child, quiet, invisible, emotionally isolated. The mascot, the one who uses humor to defuse tension. The caregiver, the child parent who takes responsibility for adults. These roles become your identity. Your career choices, your romantic patterns, your reactions under stress, they all come from this original script. You don't choose who you become, you inherit it. Why you keep repeating the same painful patterns? One of the darkest truths in psychology is this: you recreate the emotional environment you grew up in if it hurt you. This is called repetition compulsion. If love felt like walking on eggshells, you'll be drawn to people who make you feel unsafe. If affection had to be earned, you will chase validation. If your parents were emotionally unavailable, you will find partners who treat you the same, not because you want pain, but because your brain confuses the familiar with the safe. Your attachment style is a family inheritance. Your family built your nervous system's blueprint for connection. Secure, you felt seen, supported, safe. Anxious love was inconsistent. Avoidant emotions were overwhelming or punished. Disorganized, the people you loved were also the source of fear. Most adults have no idea their relationship problems began decades earlier. You still speak with your childhood voice. The way you talk to yourself today was modeled after the voice that raised you. If you were criticized, you criticize yourself. If you were ignored, you belittle your needs. If you were controlled, you feel guilty for wanting independence. You are haunted by a ghost, not of a person, but of a script. Breaking free from family conditioning. Awareness is the first step. But breaking generational patterns requires rewriting emotional beliefs, learning real boundaries, stopping the cycle of self-abandonment, reparenting your inner child, and choosing relationships that align with who you want to be, not who you were forced to be. You don't escape your past by forgetting it. You escape it by understanding it. The moment you see the pattern, you gain the power to change it. If this video opened your eyes, follow and like for more dark psychology secrets. Question for the comments: what is the one childhood pattern you now realize still affects your adult life?